My fellow Americans, my fellow global citizens, this is nothing short of earth-shattering, live, breaking news. This is a declassified 100-plus page investigative report that was just released by the Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard. She writes, Americans will finally learn the truth about how in 2016, intelligence was politicized and weaponized by the most powerful people in the Obama administration to lay the groundwork for what was essentially a years-long coup against President Donald Trump, subverting the will of the American people and undermining our democratic republic. If this is what I think it is, and as big of a splash as I know it is, this could implicate people of the highest rankings in that administration, including former President Obama himself. I have broken down this entire, it's over 100 pages long, into an easy to follow, simple to understand outline. We're going to jump into that right now. And by the way, before we do, I always, for the sake of transparency, I always give away my research notes for free. So if you want to figure out how you can get them for free, just stick around to the end and I'll let you know. Let's jump right into this. Lordy, 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 is this thing absolutely huge. Okay. So, explosive revelations in the Russian hoax unravel, deep state's dirty secret exposed in declassified docs. These classified documents, let me give you a little bit of contextualization, released by the director of NI, which is Tulsi Gabbard, on July 17th, 2025, paint a damning picture of intelligence community manipulation during the 2016 U.S. presidential election. Drawing from whistleblower memos, emails, assessments, and timelines, they allege a coordinated effort to suppress evidence proving no Russian cyber interference in vote counts while fabricating a narrative to undermine Donald Trump's victory. Color me shocked. Is that a big shock to you? Let me know in the comments down below. This isn't just bureaucracy. It's a full-blown scandal involving top officials like James Clapper, James Comey, and Barack Hussein Obama, culminating in the infamous January 2017 ICA that relied on the discredited Steele dossier. So here, I'm going to break it down step by step right here. And I've also got some great clips and images and charts that were taken directly from Tulsi Gabbard's thread that you can check out. At the end, I'll tell you how you can get a copy of this. Step one, the pre-election cover-up. IC knew Russia couldn't hack the vote, but it hid it from Americans. Before the November 8, 2016 election, multiple IC reports concluded Russia lacked the intent and capability to manipulate vote counts via cyber attacks. Yet, I can't believe this, officials, quote unquote, softened language and withheld findings to avoid contradicting the emerging anti-Trump narrative. August 31st, 2016, DHS official warns Clapper, no indication of a Russian threat. A DHS email to the then DNI James Clapper, who was the director of national intelligence at that time, explicitly stated, there is no indication of a Russian threat to directly manipulate the actual vote count through cyber means. My friends, it was all, like we all knew, it was all, I just have to say this really quickly before I move forward. I remember deeply all throughout 2018, 2019, the Pelosi pushing the impeachment, the articles, her ripping the speech. I mean, it was blasted on every single network ad infinitum, ad nauseum, ceaselessly, just pounded in Americans' brains, which is a direct consequence and a direct result to leading to so many of our fellow brethren having the worst affliction since DEI to infect our society, TDS, Trump Derangement Syndrome. It emphasized that any cyber activity would mainly erode public confidence, not alter results. Clapper's team worked with the CIA on a President's Daily Brief, PDB, submission echoing this low-risk assessment. Then in September of that same year, FBI demands softening of intel. The FBI, uncomfortable with definitive statements that Russia didn't intend to disrupt elections, requested changes to a pre-election ICA draft. The lead PDB author agreed, diluting the language from firm conclusions to vague warnings. In September 12th, IC published damning ICA foreign adversaries will, quote, probably not obtain capabilities, end quote. The unclassified ICA judged with moderate confidence that foreign adversaries do not have and will probably not obtain the capabilities to successfully execute widespread and undetected cyber attacks on U.S. election infrastructure. A follow-up PDB 2 days later reinforced adversaries couldn't, quote, covertly overturn the vote outcome, end quote. October 7th, 2016. A press release from DNI suppresses key facts. Despite low confidence attributions from DNI, from FBI and NSA linking DNC and DCCC hacks to Russia, the joint statement claimed confidence in Russian direction, omitting the IC's internal doubts and the September findings of no vote manipulation capability. Who could have issued that order? Because all of this is all a chain of command. What's the hierarchy? Well, it all goes back to the president of the United States at that time. Well, actually, the key figure involved in that at that time, which was Barack Obama. This pre-election suppression kept voters in the dark, allowing media hysteria about Russian hacking to flourish unchecked, potentially swaying public opinion against Trump. Do you remember how much they suppressed anything about the vaccine during COVID? Anything that was supportive of Trump on Facebook, they actually reached out specifically to Mark Zuckerberg, then CEO of Facebook. He's still the CEO of Meta, which is a parent company of Facebook, telling him that you can't amplify this content. I mean, it's absolutely abhorrent. It's absolutely abhorrent. Step 2, Trump wins. Post-election panic sets in. IC buries exonerating evidence. Trump's victory on November 8, 2016, triggered a scramble. IC drafts confirming no Russian impact were killed, while leaks pushed false narratives of election interference. December 7th, 2016, new PDB draft, no evidence of cyber manipulation. DNI Clapper's office prepared talking points. Foreign adversaries did not use cyber attacks on election infrastructure to alter the U.S. presidential outcome. And, quote, we have no evidence of cyber manipulation of election infrastructure intended to alter results. It noted minimal targeting by cyber criminals, not state actors, and unattributed DDoS attacks with no impact. December 8, 2016, PDB confirms Russian and criminal actors did not impact results. The draft PDB assessed Russian and criminal actors did not impact recent U.S. elections results by conducting malicious cyber activities against election infrastructure. Due to, quote, high administrative interest, it was slated for publication the next day. But FBI Director James Comey withdrew coordination, drafted a dissent, and senior PDP official killed it, quote, based on new guidance. Can you believe it? Mr. Integrity, Mr. Seashell, James Comey, who put, that stupid Instagram post, 8647. He really deserves to be behind bars. Same day, deep state leaks false intel to media. IC officials leaked to the Washington Post that Russia used, quote, cyber means, end quote, to, quote, influence the outcome of the election, end quote, directly contradicting the unpublished PDP. Another leak claims CIA concluded Russia helped Trump win, despite no official ICA existing yet. December 14th, 2016, more leaks escalate hoax. High confidence in Putin's involvement. Media reported IC believed with, quote, high level of confidence, end quote, that Putin personally directed the, quote, U.S. election hack, end quote. Pure fabrication, as prior assessments showed no such capability or intent. Shame on you. I want to see handcuffs. I want to see perp walks. I want to see prison sentences commence. Who's with me? Give me a yeah in the comments right now. December 16, 2016, 2 days later, Obama fuels narrative. Despite admitting no tampering, Obama publicly stated no, quote, evidence of machines being tampered with, end quote, but claimed concern over hacks that could, quote, affect the actual election process, end quote. The reality, Tulsi Gabbard notes, multiple IC products confirmed no credible Russian intent or capability. Severity amplified. These actions buried proof of a clean election, igniting the Russia stole the election myth that poisoned Trump's presidency from day one. Could you imagine? Could you imagine if this wasn't absolutely plastered across corporate propagandist media, if this wasn't a talking point every single day from the obstructing, impeding Democratic caucuses, the House and Senate, every single day, how much more Trump would have done? He already had an amazing economy. I'm starting to think too, oh man, this sounds so conspiracy theory. I just got a gut feeling. I'm just going to say this out loud. It's probably going to get this video deleted. I'm going to say it. I think COVID, Fauci, the Democrats, they're this evil. I think they were willing to sacrifice millions of lives and create this pandemic to thwart, stop, and impede President Trump. And sadly, I think it worked. I can't believe I just said that out loud. But that's how demonic and evil these Democrats are, these hypocrites. It drives me absolutely crazy. Step 3, whistleblower sideline. Obama orders bogus ICA based on Steele dossier. A question arose. A key ODNY whistleblower was removed, and Obama tasked a new ICA that flipped the script, incorporating the unverified Steele dossier. Late December 2016, whistleblower questions leadership, and he gets sidelined. The ODNI whistleblower who led the September ICA challenged why a new assessment contradicted prior findings. They were immediately cut from emails and sidelined. Late December 2016, early January 2017, pressure to accept false findings. The National Intelligence Officer for Cyber pressured the whistleblower to concur on Russia's decisive preference for Trump. The whistleblower refused, citing lack of evidence. I could not concur, quote, in good conscience, end quote. Their superior said, quote, you need to trust me on this, end quote, referencing unseen reporting. My goodness, this is absolutely, it's volcanic. It's volcanic, these findings. January 6, 2017, Obama ICA release. Suppressed truth relies on dossier. The unclassified ICA falsely claimed Putin directed efforts to help Trump based on, quote, further information, end quote, post-election. Later revealed as the Steele dossier. It suppressed pre-post-election intel showing no Russian impact, deceived by claiming no assessment of, quote, impact, end quote, despite the December PDP saying Russia did not impact via hacks, and hid FBI NSA's low confidence in DNC leak attributions. This ICA, Obama's parting shot before he left office, weaponized fake intel. Here's the severity of this. The Steele dossier deemed untrustworthy by Clapper to delegitimize Trump's win, setting up years of investigations like Mueller's probe, which ended up with complete goose egg. Nada, see ya, wouldn't want to be ya, hasta la pasta. Step 4, years later, whistleblower uncovers dossier's role. The FOIA confirms hoax. Fast forward to 2019, the whistleblower learns the dossier's true influence, exposing the long-term cover-up. September 18, 2019, FOIA request reveals dossier was a factor in ICA. An IC official asked the whistleblower to search for Steele dossier material, admitting it was a factor in the Obama ICA. This shocked the whistleblower, who recalled Clapper viewing it as untrustworthy. Emails confirm no prior NIC use of dossier incredible analyses. What's the severity of this? This proves the ICA was tainted from the start, fueling multi-year witch hunt that divided America and wasted millions in taxpayer dollars. These hypocrites. I have a chart here to make it crystal clear, the big picture of the deep state players and motives. James Clapper, his role, concrete details, scandal impact, Comey. Barack Obama tasked ICA, admitted no tampering, ordered comprehensive assessment, used IC to subvert successors' legitimacy. What you know, they keep talking about this peaceful transfer of power. This is a direct contradiction to that. There was zero peaceful transfer of power. Obama wanted to orchestrate the absolute demise of his successor to give him no chance, which gave America no chance to succeed in any facet. That's how evil these people are. And just, the real final bombshell here is, and this is just kind of sums it all up. What these documents suggest is that the real election interference came from within the US government, Obama's administration, not Russia. Tulsi Gabbard, I want to just add a direct post from Tulsi Gabbard, who says these documents detail a treasonous conspiracy by officials at the highest levels of the Obama White House to subvert the will of the American people and try to usurp the president from fulfilling his mandate. This betrayal concerns every American. The integrity of our democratic republic demands that every person involved be investigated and brought to justice to prevent this from ever happening again. I am providing all documents to the Department of Justice to deliver the accountability that President Trump, his family, and the American people deserve. This is a lot to digest. This is a lot to process. But it just confirms what we knew all along. It confirms what I've been saying on this channel since day one, that the divider-in-chief, Obama, ever since he became president in 2008, hailed as this great moment in American history. We have seen and noticed the downfall of America, incorporating DEI, woke ideologies, sowing more division, sowing more racial hate, sowing more violence that is actually sponsored by these hypocrites, these Democrats, incorporating and fomenting more lies, more treasonous deceit, and anti-American activity, just pure and simple. The hat is right. Trump was right about everything. He's literally been right about everything. I can't wait to get your thoughts on all of this. This video needs to go viral. It might get deleted. It probably will get deleted because of what we just uncovered here. And a lot of people don't want to see this information go widespread. So it doesn't cost you a thing. Please tap that thumbs up. Even if you're on your TV, you can do it with your remote. Just tap that thumbs up. It doesn't cost you a thing, and it helps us out immeasurably. Leave a comment down below if you want a copy of this entire research note PDF. The link will be in the pinned comment as well as the description down below. You can check it out over there. Check out these videos coming up on the screen right here, just in case you missed them. Tap my face right here to subscribe and follow. It's absolutely free. And as always, may God bless you, and may God bless the United States of America and all who defend her. I'll see you soon.